Hi students, with respect to last class completed in the electronic effects, we discussed about inductive effect. Now we are going to discuss about the second type of effect, that is mesomeric effect, right? Okay. So in the inductive effect, even we said the displacement is observed from the sigma bonded electron, that is sigma electrons. But in the mesomeric effect, it involves pi electrons or lone pair of electrons. Okay, it involves pi electrons, or we say it is a lone pair of electrons. Right. Before going to that, let me explain with an example. So we studied in the alkenes. Alkenes, we know that alkenes are the carbon-carbon double bonded compounds, right? Let me draw an alkene. So you know the nomenclature. Try to give the name of the compound. This is an alkene. This is an alkene which contains alternative single bond and double bond, right? This is a double bond. This is a single bond. Once again, it has a double bond, right? So double bond, single bond, and double bond. Such type of alkenes are conjugated alkenes. Conjugated alkenes. So in conjugated alkenes, what type of alkenes? In conjugated alkenes, or any alkene containing an hetero element, okay, that has lone pair of electrons. Any element, okay, any element that is an atom or group that has which term? Lone pair of electrons. Okay, right. I will represent a group first. Okay, let me represent a group. So an alkene which contains a ketone functional group. Okay, so this is an alkene. I am going to draw an alkene with a ketone, right? This is a double bond. Okay, a double bond, single bond, and a group, ketone group, right? This is a ketone group containing oxygen with lone pair of electrons. Okay, right. Another, only if it is an element or an atom. How? I will go with a simple example of vinyl chloride or vinyl bromide. An alkene which is attached to halogen like Cl. So here the lone pair of electrons on the halogen, there are 7 valence electrons, it will have 7 electrons, right? Yes. So, and another possibility, a simple alkene in a cyclic chain. We have an example. That example is benzene. Benzene have alternative double bonds and single bonds, right? Benzene also is a perfect example regarding the double bonded and single bond. See, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond, single bond, double bond. So in chemical bonding, we have already discussed, whenever there is a possible of conjugation, right, there is a possible of resonance. In all these, there is a displacement of, or even instead of displacement, even we say that there is a delocalization, or we can say the another word, delocalization. So delocalization of pi electrons, delocalization of pi electrons, okay, through a conjugated system, through a conjugated system, and it is called as mesomeric effect. So conjugation, in a conjugation system, okay, the displacement or delocalization of pi electrons, if it is observed, it is called as mesomeric effect. Let me go with an example, representation with an example. I will represent with an example where the delocalization, how it will occur regarding the pi bond. So I will go with an example which containing a group, okay, an alkene, a double bonded compound, a double bonded compound. See here, I am taking an alkene, double bonded continuous alternative double bonded conjugated alkene, and this attaches to a ketone group. This attaches to a keto group. Double bond O, and here it is attached to R. As we know that in a keto group, oxygen is more electronegative, right? Oxygen is more electronegative. Let me change with the color for the representation. Okay, so this oxygen withdraws the electron, pi electron. Okay, then this oxygen gets negative charge, and this carbon lost the bibonded electrons. This carbon gets a positive charge, right? This carbon gets a positive charge. As it has a involvement of conjugation, like in the resonance, this pi bond has an ability to shift to this side. Okay, if pi bond is shifted here, okay, the double bond comes here, though it loses the positive charge, then this carbon gets the positive charge, and a positive charge has been lost by here. Okay, then it gets the positive charge here. Once again, this double bond, if it shifts here, finally the positive charge comes here. Let me see the charges with their resonating structures. Let me go with the same color representation. I will represent a single bond, single bond, single bond, single bond, okay, and a single bond oxygen, and this oxygen is having what it is having? It is having negative charge, right? And we said that the double bond previously it is here, this comes here, we have a double bond here right now. We do understand the double bond shifted. We have represented an arrow mark, right? The double bond shifts here. As if not, let's know with the numbering itself. Let's number the carbons. It is 1. Okay, let me go with another color representation. It is 1. It is 2. It is 3. Okay, it is 4. It is 5, and it is 6. Right? The double bond as it is shifts. Previously, the double bond is in between 3 and 4. Now it is in between 2 and 3. Once again, previously the double bond is in between 5 and 6. Now it is shifted in between 4 and 5. The double bond is between 4 and 5. And finally, the sixth carbon has a positive charge. So this type of delocalization, so it is a permanent effect. So complete transfer of pi bonded electrons are observed. Hence it is a permanent effect. So double bond is observed. So in between 2 and 3 carbon, and in between, okay, 5 and 4. This is about the resonance or mesomeric effect. This mesomeric effect is involving the resonance formation. Okay, hence this mesomeric effect is also called as a resonance effect. Mesomeric effect is also called as a resonance effect. Okay, let me go with another representation of a compound which contains involvement of lone pair of electrons. Okay, here the double bond is shifted. Now we will go with an example 2, where the involvement of lone pair of electrons are observed. Let me go with an example, a single bonded compound and a double bond. Okay, and this once again attached to another single bond and a double bond. This single bond attaching the group which is as amine group NH2, and this has a lone pair of electrons. You know that nitrogen has a lone pair of electrons, right? Nitrogen has a lone pair of electrons, and whenever the lone pair of electron from the nitrogen, see, I will represent with an arrow mark, it is able to donate its electron towards the other side. This pi bond is shifted. This pi bond is shifted here, and then this pi bond is shifted on this carbon atom. Finally, we will get the resonating structure like this. Let me go with the same color representation. Single bond, single bond, single bond, single bond. Okay, and this nitrogen, as it is involved its lone pair of electrons in the conjugation or in the resonance, this nitrogen has given, right, as it gets a plus charge, positive charge. Okay, and as it is taken the electrons, it gets a negative charge. And finally the double bond is shifted, not here, now the double bond is shifted here. Even you can represent with their numbers also. Sorry, double bond comes here, and the double bond comes here. So this is about the resonance structures represented for a group, for an atom containing a group, and involvement of pi electrons, here involvement of lone pair of electrons, right? Let me go with the delocalization. Okay, in each molecule pi electrons gets delocalized, right? In each molecule, what we said, in each molecule pi electrons are sometimes even lone pair of electrons are involved, right? Involved in delocalization. Okay, involved in delocalization, which gives the resulting a large number of resonating structures, hence this is also called as a resonance effect. This gives a resonating structures. See, as it is possible to give the resonating structures, hence it is also called as a resonance effect. As you know that resonance is the same representation of a molecule. One molecule cannot be explained in terms of one Lewis structure. It may need more than one or two Lewis structures, minimally at least two. Okay, right. Next I will go with the types of mesomeric effect. Let me write here the types of mesomeric effect. Right. Now let me go with, there are two types of mesomeric effect. One is positive mesomeric effect. We write it as short form as a plus M effect. Plus M effect is a positive mesomeric effect. Okay. In this a group or an atom, having the direction of lone pair of electrons, or the direction of pi electrons, away from it, then such type of effect is called as positive mesomeric effect. Okay, so pi electrons has to be move away from the group or away from the atom. Okay, so examples of the groups which shows the positive mesomeric, the examples of the groups are alcohol functional group, right? Alkoxy functional group. Okay, amine functional group, NH2. Previously itself we have seen an example, right? And next example is substituted amines. One substituted amines, which is also called as secondary amines, NHR, or tertiary amines, NR2. So two R groups, two hydrogens of an amine are replaced by two R groups, or any halogens. You know that halogens like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, right, or iodine. Halogens have a 3 lone pair of electrons on its atom, right? Okay, let me go with an example, involvement of plus M effect. Okay, so that it can be in the benzene ring, or it can be in an open alkene compounds also. Let me go with a simple example. First example representation, I will go with the two examples, simple examples representation. Okay, so this is a alkene compound, right? Alkene compound attaching with the OH group. So you know that in oxygen there are a possibility of possibilities of two lone pair of electrons. If this lone pair is giving away from it, right? As I said, pi electrons or lone pair of electrons are away from the group. See, OH is a group. It is giving its electron, right? It is away from it. These electrons are away from it. Hence, this comes here, and this comes here. And the resonating structure you will get like this. OH has lost its one of the lone pair of electron, hence it gets a double bond there, right? And it is like this. So double bond comes here. Okay, and a double bond comes here. And at this position, we have what charge? Negative charge, and oxygen has what charge? Positive charge. So this is a positive mesomeric. Same type of resonance is even observed on a benzene ring containing compound. Let me go with that example also. It is very important. Why? Because in all our second year concepts, we have only this type of resonating structures. That's why I'm trying to write. Try to note in your notebook. Idana nim notebook nalli note ಮಾಡಿ. Okay, try to note in your notebook. Okay, so it is a benzene ring containing amine group NH2. And you know that amine, nitrogen is a group. This has one lone pair of electrons. Okay, so what I represent is, I will represent with another color representation. The pi bonded electrons, lone pair of electrons are given towards the benzene ring, and this pi bond is shifted on one of the benzene ring. Due to this, nitrogen gets a positive charge, and a benzene ring gets what charge? Negative charge. See here, we'll write the negative charge on the benzene ring due to delocalization of their pi electrons. Here it gets a negative charge. Okay, this gets a double bond. Here it is same. Here also it is same. Okay, but here it forms a double bond, new double bond between nitrogen and benzene carbon NH2. And this nitrogen has lost its electron. It gets what charge? Positive charge. Okay, next resonating structure. See, next resonating structures. This minus charge is transferring in between these two carbons, and this double bond shifts here. Okay, we will get the resonating structure like this. I am trying to writing. It may take some time. Though it wastes the time, I am trying to writing only to understand the concept for you, how you get the double bond when it is shifted to from that position to another position, how it is represented. So in all the resonating structures, when a group plus M effect is observed, that benzene ring always gets negative charge. Benzene ring gets what charge? I said negative charge. And these are also called as ring activating groups. All the groups, these are called as ring activators. Why these are called as ring activators? I said because presence of these groups in the benzene ring, presence of these groups on benzene makes negative charge. See, in the structure 1, let us, this is the first resonating structure, this is second resonating structure. The second resonating structure, benzene has a negative charge. Even in the third resonating structure, we have benzene as a negative charge. Next, once again, this negative charge comes in between these two carbon. Now this double bond is shifted on this carbon. So this carbon gets a negative. Let me draw the diagram clearly so that it will make a clear understanding for you. Okay, right. So double bond comes here. Double bond is already there, and still a new negative charge is formed here. Okay, next double bond NH2, and the nitrogen has what charge? Positive charge. So this is the fourth resonating structure. And one more resonating structure is formed. This negative charge when comes here, this double bond when goes on the nitrogen, you will get the first resonating structures where the nitrogen has a lone pair of electrons. So these are the 4 resonating structures observed in the positive mesomeric effect. So in all the resonating structures, benzene have what charge? See, benzene has what charge? Negative charge, negative charge, negative charge, negative charge. As benzene has a negative charge, these are called as ring activators. Ring activators. Okay, right. Next we will go with the another type. Next type, that is negative mesomeric effect. Let me go with the heading negative sorry, negative mesomeric. Okay, this is about the negative mesomeric. In negative mesomeric effect, an atom or group withdraws the pi electrons. Withdraw the pi electrons. Withdraw the pi electron towards itself. Towards itself, then such type of effect is called as what effect? Negative mesomeric effect, which is represented as minus M effect. Minus M. Okay, right. So groups that show group or an atom that shows the negative mesomeric effect, those are carboxylic acid, okay, sulfonic acid, next aldehyde group, keto group, nitrile group, cyano, okay, another one is nitro NO2. All these groups acts as, okay, showing the negative mesomeric effect. Let me go with a clear example where COH group is attached. I will go with that example. Benzene ring containing COOH. As you know that benzene ring containing double bond, sorry, COH group, carbon oxygen double bond, oxygen is more electronegative. Okay, this shifts there and the oxygen gets negative charge. Oxygen gets what charge? Negative charge. When it is oxygen gets negative charge, this carbon gets positive charge and that is neutralized, dragged by the, see, electrons of benzene ring are towards the group. Electrons of benzene are towards the group and the carbon gets what charge? Carbon gets benzene ring, carbon gets what charge? Benzene ring carbon gets positive charge. So in the negative mesomeric effect, benzene ring in the carbon gets a positive charge. Okay, O minus OH. The next resonating structure, this double bond shifts here and the positive charge comes at this position. Let me write that structure neatly. Positive charge comes here. We have a double bond here. Okay, a double bond here with carbon. Okay, one side it is O minus, another side it is OH. Okay, oxygen has a negative charge. Once again, if this double bond shifts here, okay, the positive charge comes on the other side of the benzene ring. When compared to first structure, the positive charge is to the other side, like this. Now the positive charge is here. We get a double bond C O minus OH. This is the 4 resonating structure. Once again, if this negative charge comes here, double bond comes here, and this negative charge comes here, we'll get the first resonating structure. Okay, this type of effect is called as a negative mesomeric effect. In negative mesomeric effect, okay, benzene ring, in negative mesomeric effect, benzene ring acquires what charge? Need to check this one. Benzene ring has what charge? benzene ring has a positive charge. So benzene ring is lost its electron, right, towards the group. Then these groups are called as ring deactivators. Benzene ring deactivators. Ring deactivators. Benzene ring deactivators. Benzene ring deactivators. Okay, fine. Okay. Next, we are going to go with the another concept that is hyperconjugation. Okay, right. Next concept is hyperconjugation. Okay, next I will go with the another concept is hyperconjugation. It is also an electronic effect. And this hyperconjugation is also called as no bond resonance. No bond resonance or Baker-Nathan effect. So as this is observed by those scientists, hence it is given on their name. Right. It is also a permanent effect. First point, under the hyperconjugation, it is also a permanent effect. And the involvement of what type of electrons in inductive effect? Inductive effect has the involvement of sigma electrons. Mesomeric effect is involvement of pi electrons or lone pair of electrons. But in hyperconjugation, involvement of what type of electron? Sigma electrons of only CH bond. Sigma electrons of only all CH bond, all sigma electron doesn't involve in hyperconjugation. Only sigma electrons of CH bond are only involves. Let me go with the definition part regarding the hyperconjugation. Okay. So it involves the delocalization of sigma electrons. Delocalization of sigma electrons of what bond I said? CH bond. Sigma electrons of CH bond. Sigma electrons of CH bond of an alkyl group attached. Of an alkyl group. Attached to sp2 carbon, attached to an atom or a group containing what hybridization? sp2, unsaturated carbon or any carbon or any group with unshared p orbital. If it is having unshared p orbitals, that also there is a possibility of the showing the hyperconjugation. Generally the unsaturation we represent with the example as sp2. Even we can go with the sp also. That is also an unsaturated example. Representation with CH3, CH, double bond CH. If you look at this one, okay, we will note the hybridizations. This carbon is sp3, right? The CH bond is of sp3 carbon. Alkyl group, right? Alkyl group is always sp3 hybridized, right? Yes. And this carbon is what hybridized? sp2 hybrid. I said to an unsaturated group. See, CH bonded, sigma bonded CH electrons. that is sp3 hybridized alkyl group attached to any unsaturated. Yes, this is attached to unsaturated. So leaving the double bond sp2 carbons, leaving the sp2 carbon, the next carbon is considered as alpha carbon. Alpha carbon, right? Alpha carbon. And alpha carbon containing hydrogens. What hydrogens? Alpha hydrogens will try to involve in the hyperconjugation. Let me go with the detailed representation of this one. Okay, this CH3 I will expand once again here. Look at this representation. C H H H. Okay, attached to any alkene, CH double bond CH, and this is attached to any electron withdrawing group. We already studied regarding the electron withdrawing group under inductive effect. What it do, the inductive effect? Inductive effect in the electron withdrawing group, it withdraws the bonded electron towards itself, right? Here it will shift, and this carbon gets what charge? Positive charge. This carbon gets what charge? Positive charge. And this carbon gets a positive charge. And this carbon, which is sp3 hybridized, this carbon which is sp3 hybridized, shift the hydrogen bonded electron towards this side. Let's go. This sp3 hybridized carbon shifts its electron to this side, getting the hybrid resonating structures like this. Let's go here. We'll represent the negative charge here. Okay, let me go with this CH. So this bond, the bond in between carbon and hydrogen, the bond between carbon and hydrogen is shifted here. And this has an electron withdrawal. Okay, so this bond, the CH bond, see, this is the one hydrogen, right? This is the one hydrogen. So this type of CH bond resonance can be shown. There is a no bond observed between carbon and hydrogen, hence it is also called as no bond resonance. Next resonance is shown by this hydrogen. Hence it forms another hyperconjugated structures. Let me show with that one also. Okay, so now this is the second hydrogen showing the hyperconjugation structures. Okay, and if the involvement is of the third hydrogen, no bond is observed between carbon and hydrogen, we may get another resonating structure like this: C H H H plus, right? Double bond CH CH minus with the presence of electron withdrawing group. So as there are three alpha hydrogens, 1, 2 and 3, as the presence of 3 alpha hydrogens, we get how many resonating structures? Sorry, hyperconjugation structures. 3 hyperconjugation structures. 3 hyperconjugation structures. Those hyperconjugation structures, okay, makes the more stabilization. So any compound, listen carefully, it is very important, any compound, okay, having more number of hyperconjugation structures, I will write in a short form HC. HC is hyperconjugation. As the hyperconjugation number increases, more number of hyperconjugation, its stability also increases. Stability is also more. So if any compound containing 5 hyperconjugation structure than this one, that is more stable. Any compound containing 9 hyperconjugation structures, that is more stabilized. Did you understand about this one? Okay, right. Let me go with on this one. Let me explain the stabilities of some of the representations. Okay. Okay. Right. Next, we go with the applications of what is it? hyperconjugations. Let me go with this one. Applications of hyperconjugation. First one, so I will try to explain the two important things which are required for the exam point of view, even for competitive. Stabilities of carbocations. Stabilities of carbocations. It is similar to free radicals. Carbocation stability is similar to free radical stability in terms of hyperconjugation. And one more is stabilities of alkenes. Stabilities of alkenes. So alkene stabilities can also be explained based on hyperconjugation. Let me go with first with the carbocations. Okay, let me go with that. Right. First, I will go with the first one. Stabilities of carbocations. So from the inductive effect, from the I effect is inductive. From the inductive effect, already we know that tertiary is more stabilized than secondary. Secondary is more stabilized than primary, and primary is more stabilized than methyl group. So if inductive effect is suggesting this order, let me know how the stability is observed from the hyperconjugation side. Let me go with the tertiary compound, tertiary carbocation. One of the example, CH3 thrice C plus, tertiary carbocation. Let me expand the structure. CH3 C H and this has CH3 and this carbon has plus. So the one of the CH3, let me round this. This is one CH3. This is second CH3, and the third CH3 I have expanded, right? The carbon with the positive charge carbocation attached with 3 alpha hydrogens. 3 alpha hydrogens. This is one 3 alpha hydrogen. This has 3 alpha hydrogens, right? This also has 3 alpha hydrogens, right? And this has 3 alpha hydrogens. Totally how many alpha hydrogens are there? 9 total. Total it has 9 alpha hydrogens. So in each hyperconjugative structures, one of its carbon hydrogen bond is shifted, and it decreases the positive charge of carbocation, and the hyperconjugative structure represents like this: CH. I will write as H plus. Okay, H double bond. See this bond is shifted here. C plus. CH3, right? The next possibility, this hydrogen, three hyperconjugation structures. Total we get 9 hyperconjugative structures. 9 hyperconjugative structures from tertiary carbocation. Keep this in your mind. Let's go for the any secondary carbocation. Let me go with the secondary carbocation here itself. Let me go with that part. Secondary carbocation, secondary C plus. C plus is carbocation. The simple representation is CH3 twice CH plus. If I try to write CH3 C plus CH3, I can write like this. One of the carbon methyl group and one is H. So this has only 6 alpha hydrogens, 3 alpha hydrogens here, 3 alpha hydrogens, right? Total how many alpha hydrogens? 6 alpha hydrogens. As it has only 6 alpha hydrogens, so how many hyperconjugative structures are observed? 6 hyperconjugative structures are observed. For which one? Secondary carbocation. So as I already mentioned, More number of hyperconjugated structures, more stabilized. If I go for the primary, let me go with the primary. Primary CH3 CH2 plus, and this has how many alpha hydrogens? Primary has only 3 alpha hydrogens. 3 alpha hydrogen means how many hyperconjugated structures? 3 hyperconjugative structures. Means this is the order, stability order of carbocation is similar to order of inductive effect. Here also it says tertiary carbocation is more stabilized due to 12 hyperconjugative structures, and secondary carbocation is next stabilized due to 9, sorry, not first one is not 9, sorry, it is 9, no, okay, it is 9 hyperconjugated structures, and this is 6 hyperconjugated structures. And for the primary carbocation, it has 3 hyperconjugative structures. For methyl carbocation, there is no alpha hydrogen. No alpha hydrogen means no hyperconjugation. Hence, it is least stabilized, and the order follows as like in the inductive effect. Did you understand? Okay. Give me a good feedback regarding how we are going to have all the parts. Okay. Right. Let me go with the last application part, stabilities of alkenes. Right. Stabilities of alkenes. As we know that uh, alkenes are carbon-carbon double bonded compounds, right? Any alkene, if it is, if I go with a simple alkene, this is a simple alkene. Any substituted alkene, like more substituted alkene, more alkyl substituted particularly, more substituted alkene is more stabilized, Okay, let me go with this that representation. Okay, so a simple representation to an alkene, carbon carbon double bond with methyl group, see all the hydrogen, 4 hydrogens of an alkene are replaced by the alkyl, simple alkyl I have represented methyl, and the hydro and the carbons which are next to the carbon carbon double bond alpha, there are how many alpha hydrogens? 3 alpha hydrogens. Here 3 alpha hydrogens, here 3 alpha hydrogens, here 3 alpha hydrogens. So how many possible alpha hydrogens? 12 possible alpha hydrogens. Hence it gets 12 possible hyperconjugative structures. Hence it is more stabilized than all other alkenes. Okay, next, if I go with the 3 substituted alkenes, okay, C double bond C, one is CH3, and on one carbon let us it considered if it has H, CH3 and CH3. And now if you check this one, this has 3 alpha hydrogens, this also have 3 alpha hydrogens, this also have 3 alpha hydrogens, and this do not have alpha hydrogen, no alpha hydrogen. Totally it will have 9 alpha hydrogens, right? Means 9 hyperconjugative structure. This is less stable. See, this is only 3 substituted, this is 4 substituted. More substituted is more stabilized because 12 hyperconjugative structures are observed here. Let's, if I go with this type, CH3 double bond CH2, and there is no alpha hydrogens here. So here we get 3, here we get 3. How many? 6 alpha hydrogens we get. 6 alpha hydrogens we get. Next representation for a carbon-carbon double bond with CH3 of a trans representation. See, the same number of hydrogens are there. Okay, same number of hydrogens are there. Comparing to cis, trans is more stabilized. 6 alpha hydrogens. How 6 alpha hydrogens? Let's count here. This is an alpha carbon, 3 alpha hydrogens, 3 alpha hydrogens. If I go with the next representation of a cis form, C double bond C, H, H, CH3, CH3. How many? Here also you have the 6 alpha hydrogens, but the number of but the form of compound is a cis form. In this, 6 is more stabilized. 6 is more stabilized than what? 6 is more stabilized than, sorry, trans is more stabilized than cis form. Sorry. Right. So this is the stability order of alkenes. I think you understood up to this part. So remaining any parts regarding this one will continue in the next class. Okay. Thank you. Bye.